Crowds gathering in Minneapolis, Minnesota Wednesday night, holding a vigil for 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good.
Renee Nicole Good. Her last name is Good.
Demanding transparency and accountability. A makeshift shrine of flowers and candles was placed on a patch of snow near where the shooting happened. One witness who saw the shooting called it unjustified.
She didn't try to hit you. You was just shooting inside of a car. Like you was following the car, shooting her inside of the car and stuff like that. So, nah, she ain't try to hit you at all. You really just killed that lady for nothing.
Authorities say Good was shot and killed during an ICE operation Wednesday morning in South Minneapolis. Federal officials say agents were blocked in by protesters when they approached Good's SUV. This cell phone video shows agents surrounding a red SUV and attempting to pull.
All right, here is the footage. And this is what they're showing everyone in all the news broadcasts. This is the footage. Pay close attention.
The driver out of the car. She starts to drive off moments before 3 shots are fired. It's unclear, though, from the video whether the vehicle made contact with an agent.
That's it, you guys. And then it crashes into another vehicle. So what do we see? What are we looking at?
To pull the driver out of the car. She starts to drive off moments before 3 shots are fired. It's unclear, though, from the video whether the vehicle made contact with an agent.
So it just so happens they have this obscure view where you don't actually get to see anyone get shot. How about that? It's an obscure view where you don't see any lady get shot. Let's be honest with ourselves. What do we see? Do we see a lady get shot? No, we do not.
Attempting to pull the driver out of the car. She starts to drive off moments before 3 shots are fired. It's unclear, though, from the video whether the vehicle made contact with an agent. According to CBS Minnesota, the car traveled another several feet before crashing into another vehicle.
The ICE officer, fearing for his life and the other officers around him and the safety of the public, fired defensive shots.
Okay, so here's how they split the right and the left on this one. Right-wingers are going to say, she tried to run over the officers, so they acted in self-defense. Left-wingers are going to say, she's innocent and was just trying to drive away. Because right-wingers want ICE to deport illegals, so they're going to defend ICE actions. So most right-wingers are going to take the stance that this lady tried to run over ICE. And so ICE acted in self-defense. Whereas the lefties are going to say that this lady's an innocent bystander who wasn't even involved and was just trying to drive away. And the ICE agents murdered her. See how that works? And what do we get? We get an obscure view of an event that can be misconstrued one way or the other, right? So if you're telling this story and you're a right-winger, did you see that lady try to run over them ICE agents and then they shot her? Or did you see that poor innocent lady who was trying to get away from those terrible ICE agents and then they shot her? See how that works? So you can see this from a right-wing perspective or a left-wing perspective, and it just happens to ride that line just perfectly to where if you're a right-winger, you defend the actions of ICE. If you're a left-winger, you defend the innocent victim. So there you go. The Maduro incident and the Minnesota incident, splitting the right and left just perfectly. What are the odds?
That is. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying.
Federal officials have identified Good as a U.S. citizen and say she was not a target of an immigration arrest. City leaders say she was acting as a legal observer. LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn, who served with Nome in Congress, says the shooting raises concerns far beyond Minnesota and into our own backyard.
This is the next thing that could happen here in LA County. They could shoot one of these observers, which this woman in Minneapolis was an unarmed observer.
So she's either a lady who tried to run down an ICE agent with her vehicle, or she's just an innocent observer. Which is it? Say they want you to make that determination. And if you make the determination she was an innocent observer, well, you still are going along with the narrative that she got shot. And if you say she tried to run over the ICE agent and the police shot her, well, then you're still going along with their narrative that she's shot. See how that works?
She says he was dragged by a vehicle during an anti-ICE protest, a detail she cited as context for his response. The shooting also comes amid a surge of more than 2,000 federal officers deployed to the Twin Cities and just blocks from where George Floyd was killed in 2020.
I'm just so disgusted by it.
Like, look at this. Look at this footage.
Officers deployed to the Twin Cities and just blocks from where George Floyd was killed.
Watch, they like spray this person who's just standing there.
In 2020.
I'm just so...
This guy's blocking this person with an umbrella, and then this ICE agent, he just casually reaches out and sprays. Do you guys see that? What? Okay. Sure.
Oh, disgusted by it, but I'm also so disappointed by it. This is not the federal government that I think we all deserve to have.
Our sister station in Minneapolis, WCCO.
So a lot of the news broadcasts will bring up George Floyd because it happened in the same area. And so they throw back to the George Floyd incident. So the fact that they're recalling that event through this event is to remind you that that event happened and that this event is similar. That's what they want you to think. They want you, the viewer, to be like, oh, yeah, this is like George Floyd, or this is similar to George Floyd, or this took place in the same area, right? So let's check out another angle of the supposed shooting.
They're approaching.
Yeah,
okay.
This one is the front angle. Now, I want to point out before I even show this, we're going to have the exact same issue as the last footage.
ICE agents just pulling up here. The vehicle is
Lower
right there.
And it happens so fast that it's hard to see what takes place in this particular video, but that is the front angle. And then we have also obtained some video from behind where it happens, but that is the vehicle that belongs to the woman who was killed today. And as Randy said, there were 3 agents in particular surrounding the car. It's unclear why she was parked at an angle in the street or what was happening in the street at that time. We do know that as they approached her vehicle, one agent told her to get out of the car, and then we see the car start to move, and then we hear the shots.
So that video you just saw is the one that President Trump also viewed. The vehicle is
Lower
right
right.
there.
And it happened so fast.
See, guys, it's obscured. We just so happen to get more obscured footage. So here's the front angle.
Up here. The vehicle is
Lower
right
right.
there.
And we miss all of it, basically. So we still don't get to see any lady getting shot in this footage either. How about that? More obscured footage.
An officer of ours acted quickly and defensively, shot to protect himself and the people around him. My understanding is she was hit and is deceased, and we've confirmed that.
All right. So, okay, and then what is this? Somebody's head that we can see through? We could see through that person's head.
Around him. My understanding.
Look at this footage, you guys, when I go frame by frame. Look at this person's head. Look at this. What the fuck are we looking at? Jake, you think everything's fake. Jake just says that everything's fake. Yeah, and for good reason. So a lot of times people will try and discredit my work, and they'll say, Jake's a conspiracy theorist who just says that everything's fake. He thinks everything's fake. He doesn't think that anyone ever dies. That's how they attack me and try and discredit me. Meanwhile, look at all the shit that I've shown you guys tonight. How real is any of it? So what do you guys think? Are we looking at just straight up AI footage? Is this just artificially intelligent, thrown together creation being passed off as a real event? Is that what we're looking at? I mean, I've got more questions than answers.
We want to continue our team coverage now with Fox 9's Leon Purvis.
He's been on scene since early this afternoon. And Leon, you saw protesters throwing snowballs at local law enforcement who were there for crowd control, also blocking and pounding vehicles when those federal agents were on scene. You also
People are throwing snowballs at the ICE agents. And it just so happens to be 33 degrees. What are the chances?
also spoke to some people who gave you their account of what they saw.
Yes, Randy, Kelsey, it's been a long day for many people. And I came here, protesters were asking Minneapolis police to arrest ICE. Now, they were at it for hours. Just take a look at the video yourself. Local law enforcement broke.
Did you guys see the one lady throw one snowball and it went like a fucking couple feet in the air and just didn't hit anyone? Come on, y'all.
For hours. Just take a look at the video yourself. Local law enforcement broke down.
Did you guys see it?
For hours.
Watch. This person right here, it looks like a lady, I don't know, throws like this little snowball that just goes, boop. It doesn't even hit anybody. Come on. Come on, y'all. What the fuck are we looking at? And of course, it's the orange sweater. Gotta be the orange sweater. They said that these people were throwing snowballs at ICE, throwing snow at ICE. Hey, I don't like you, ICE. So I'm going to throw some snow at ICE. That'll make them go away. That'll help bring that lady back to life. Hey, you stupid ICE agents, get out of here. There. I'm going to grab another, I'm going to make another snowball. Get out of here. Fuck you, ICE. Leave. I'll throw a snowball at you. Look at this. Frame by frame, we're going to watch the worst snowball throw ever. It's like an AI snowball throw. So the person in the sweater has the snowball, has to grab hold of this signpost for leverage to really get some extra power on the snowball throw. I'm sorry, but that's the stupidest fake snowball throw I've ever seen. And then, of course, Mexican flag. So they want you guys to believe, they want the sheeple at home to believe, Mexicans care so much about a white lady who got shot by ICE that they're going to go out and wave the Mexican flag and throw snowballs at ICE agents. Mexicans care that much about a white lady. Now, again, if this white lady was shot by a gang member, would they still do this? Or only because she was shot by ICE? Would they still care this much if she stepped in front of a bus? No. It's because ICE killed her. So they're outraged. So much so they're going to throw snow at ICE. Makes perfect sense. Of course.
They are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit. There's little I can say, again, that'll make this situation better, but I do have a message for our community, for our city, and I have a message for ICE. To ICE, get out of Minneapolis.
Guys, come on. The overacting here by the mayor.
To ICE, get out of Minneapolis.
So right here, like it says, demonstrators in Oakland protest, and demonstrators in San Francisco, protesters in Boston, right? So they're making it out like in all these other cities that there's protests going on over this lady. But I'm noticing they're doing it with liberal cities, of course, you know, like Detroit, Oakland, San Francisco, Boston. But then this one that happened in Sacramento, they're taking it a step further and claiming that these people are damaging federal property. So now they're taking it to a level to where they're saying a lady got shot in Minnesota. And because a lady got shot in Minnesota, people in Sacramento, where I live, are damaging property at federal buildings. Yeah, okay.
A woman inside her car during an ICE operation today in Minneapolis.
She was identified as Renee Nicole Good. And as protests continue, I want you to take a look at the scene outside the John Moss Federal Building in downtown Sacramento tonight. The building houses Immigration and Customs Enforcement in the capital city. And as you can see there, the building has been vandalized.
So a lady gets shot in Minnesota. And so here in Sacramento, thousands of miles away, a federal building gets vandalized. And what do they put? A cab, as in all cops are bastards. War is coming, right?
And we'll have more from Minneapolis.
No way that can be staged.
And as you can see there, the building has been vandalized.
And we'll have more from Minneapolis in just a moment. But first, ABC 10's Garshpal Sangha is live in downtown Sacramento right now with a closer look at protests tonight. Garshpal, tell us about the scene right now and what you saw tonight.
Yeah, Chris and Laura, right now, all those protesters have since gone, but their messages still remain here on the sidewalks. And some of those messages read that many of it mention the name Renee Good. Others messages say no one is illegal, no one should die. But as we go zoom in further in, you can take a look at that damage to that fence.
What are they showing us? We're looking at chalk on the ground and a fucking gate that doesn't really look damaged. And then they're zooming in and it's all dark, like we're supposed to see a damaged gate. Like, what are they even showing us?
Renee Good. Others messages say no one is illegal, no one should die. But as we go zoom in further in, you can take a look at that damage to that fence as Dante zooms in. That is steel. That there was a small group of demonstrators that turned to vandalism, and you can take a look at that fence.
This is ridiculous. So a lady in Minnesota gets shot, and people show up to a federal building in California and damage this gate and write stuff with chalk on the ground. And then you have this news camera showing us this? What? Like we're sitting here like, oh my God, look at that damage that those people did. Clearly this is damaged to beyond repair. I mean, God damn, look at all the damage. Holy cow.
Cut off the steel. That's a 90-degree turn, because usually that gate, as we zoom out, that gate usually stays on its track. But tonight, that is not going to close. That is one form of vandalism that a small group of demonstrators were told did. The other one, there was a vehicle that was damaged here at the John Moss Federal Building that SAC PD told us. And right now, they're still.
Do you guys see any damage? I see some chalk on the ground. There's some chalk. And then a gate. I don't see any damage.
Going through and assessing exactly what happened here. But let's go and show you video of the protests outside the ICE Federal Building in downtown Sacramento. Witnesses tell us, aside from the small group that turned to vandalism, the protests mostly stayed peaceful, chanting and calling for accountability. Earlier in the evening, an immediate call for
gate. will never be solved. We will never get to the bottom of who destroyed that gate.
Action spread online urging people to gather at Fremont Park. The message accusing DHS of using fear to keep people inside their homes and calling for solidarity with Minneapolis.
So if there's an incident that happens in Minnesota, they want you to believe that all these people are so outraged that they met up thousands of miles away. That would take a lot of organization, because this all happened like within a day. Like the lady gets shot the day before, so the very next day, every major liberal city has a protest of their own. In order to set up and organize a protest in every major liberal city like that would mean that the whole thing has to be set up and organized. The whole thing has to be scripted, right? There's no way all these people are organically deciding to show up and set up protests on their own because they're outraged within a day of finding out that a lady got shot. But that's what they want you to believe, that all these protests are happening organically in all these major liberal cities.
DHS of using fear to keep people inside their homes and calling for solidarity with Minneapolis.
Check this out. The location where the lady was supposedly shot was East 34th Street and Portland Avenue. So I saw people in the comments here saying it was on 33rd Street. No, it's on 34th Street, which is close enough. But here's the crazy part. East 34th Street and Portland Avenue. And then just as we were going live, there's reports of ICE agents killing 2 more people in Portland. So just as we were going live, the breaking news up to the minute is that 2 people have been killed by ICE agents in Portland. And this one happened on East 34th Street and Portland Avenue. Just a coincidence, right? Jake, just because that lady was killed on Portland Avenue doesn't mean that 2 people being killed in Portland is weird. It's just a coincidence, okay? There's an avenue named after Portland, and then there's a city in Portland. Clearly, these ICE agents are just out there killing innocent people, Jake.
With breaking news out of Oregon. Local and federal sources tell ABC News federal agents shot 2 people in Portland just a short time ago. We do not yet know the circumstances, but we do know that the agents involved, we are told, are with U.S. Customs and Border Protection. The FBI is now investigating. We're also learning that the Portland City Council stopped its meeting due to the shooting.
All right, so now we got a shooting in Portland. And then the lady who got shot in Minneapolis was shot on Portland Avenue. ICE agents, right? Just so happens that the shooting in Portland also by ICE agents. So apparently they want you to believe that you could be killed by ICE agents. Any of us at any time can be killed by ICE agents. ICE agents are out there just whacking folks, right? So I guess we should all be scared of ICE agents, right? So this is somebody who commented on a post that I made yesterday. Mark Lewin says, Jake, did you get the riddle behind the fake ICE incident? Supposedly an ICE agent shot a woman near Portland and 34th Streets yesterday in Minnesota. 5 hours later, in the NBA, CJ McCollum, drafted by Portland, and is 34 years old, gets traded for Ice Trae Young. Holy shit.